Hey, so today is getting to be a little harder for me. It's touching on some things that are even more of a problem for me than just the regular negative self-talk. It's part of the self-talk, of course, because it's in my head and it's a conversation that I have in my head that I battle. And that's expectations. I expect a lot of things, even though I shouldn't. And even though when I make that expectation, it isn't likely to be met. As soon as I do that, I have to realize what I'm doing. As soon as you expect something of someone and you have not told them what you're expecting, you're setting them up to fail. Number one, because nobody can live up to something if you don't tell them what you're expecting. Number two, when you expect something of someone else and you don't tell them, you think you're superior. Because when they fail, you have something to hold against them. That's a crappy feeling. Yep. And I'm guilty of it. I'm guilty of expecting people to act in a certain way. I'm guilty of expecting friends to behave in a certain way. I'm guilty of thinking my kids should behave in a certain way, and my husband. Through the last couple of years of learning the importance of communicating those expectations, life has improved. Now, I still battle it because yesterday I was battling it and I didn't make a video because truthfully, I'm embarrassed that I do it. But I do. I think now, though, today, after some retrospect, the important thing is that I admit it. Because the truth is, a good friend and a loving person makes mistakes. And if I'm really doing my best, then I'm going to apologize and I'm going to acknowledge that I'm doing it and I'm going to stop. I know the steps with expectations. First, look at them and decide if they're a good expectation, because it's important to have the boundaries, and the only way to set good boundaries is to understand your expectations and how they fit into everything. So I get that. The next really important thing, though, is to have the conversation about it. Get really honest about it. Tell somebody what you think and what you expect so that they have the chance to not let you down. And then the next thing is, trust them. And if something comes up, then you deal with it. But I guarantee you, if you go through those steps of doing that, number one, you feel validated in your mind because you took the time to care about them, because it's way more caring to actually have the conversation with somebody about what you're expecting, because then you're giving them the tools to succeed. And the other thing is, it's validating what you need. See, I think that's something that about expectations, that we say we expect it and they're just expectations, but we're afraid to say it because that makes you pretty vulnerable, because you've got to say what you need. An expectation is you saying what you need from another person. And that's why you're hurt when you're let down, because you needed something from somebody and they let you down. But if you don't tell them what you need, they can't do it. And that's not good for anybody. So, with expectations, tell them what you're expecting. Help them win. Help them succeed. And the other thing is, love yourself enough to be willing to tell somebody what you need, because that's really all an expectation is. All right. Good night.